Hi, this is the Unconventional Woman. This is episode 2, the predate vlog, brought to you by the sex, which is not one, by...
Luce Irigaray.
That's right, Luce Irigaray. Yeah, I can't do that. Okay. Hey, so, predate, I want to talk about the cons before I talk about the pros, because the cons were really overt and the pros were kind of subtle, like I had to dig. First con, the first 2 photographs are with sunglasses. I hate this. I mean, I hate it. I hate sunglasses and dating photos. Why would you do that? Are you a celebrity hiding from the paparazzi, or are you trying to get on a date? Okay, so why are you disguising your face? When a guy wears sunglasses in his photos, I just feel like, wow, are you that insecure that you think if I actually see your face, I won't date you? Yeah, it's weird. Third photo is pretty good. I like the glasses. It's those wire-rimmed Ray-Bans. I have a pair, like a real vintage pair that I bought in Indonesia, but they wore out. But he has these glasses. I thought that was cool. And he's nice looking. The other overt con, the first thing he says to me is that I look like this Filipina girl he knew in Italy. Well, I think it's pretty uncool to talk about race like the first thing that you meet someone. And then my response to this was like, wait, are you Italian? Well, there's an O at the end of his name, and he's talking about meeting someone in Italy. I think he might be Italian. I mean, I can tell from the name. Whereas Filipina, the Philippines was colonized by Spain, so often they have Catholic names, and I do not have a Catholic name, so why would he say this? Yeah. And then his response is, yes, I'm half British and half Italian, and I might steal your handbag, so keep an eye on it. And I'm like, really? So the first thing he brings up is like a negative stereotype of Italians, and then I'm just like, that's a terrible stereotype. Well, who's British, your mom or dad? Did you live there? And his mom is British and his dad is Italian, and he moved to Italy when he was 10 years old, and he's also lived in Paris and Hong Kong, and he's just settling in London again. And I'm like, wow, that sounds pretty interesting. He called himself an international gypsy, but I'm feeling that if you worked in Hong Kong and Paris, you are probably not the backpacker type. So I'm also curious to find out what he does actually for a living. Yes, I'm very curious. And yeah, it's just weird that we would, start with these negative stereotypes. I could think of a lot of positive stereotypes about Italians, like, oh, I, know good coffee, I know good food, I know good wine, I have a warm, expressive personality, unlike some cultures I could think of right now. Uh, but he says he's gonna steal my handbag. It's just, I can tell, I think he might be a cool person. It's just that these stereotypes come up because we have to deal with each other so superficially in this kind of technology, and then that's all you can think of to say is some surmise about where are you from? So yeah, he might be cool. He asked me to go to this place called Gordon's Wine Bar. So already he's like made a difference by asking me to a wine bar instead of a pub. And then I googled it. It's near Embankment, and it was started in 1890. Like it's the oldest wine bar in London. This is a cool date place, and it matters that it's like a thoughtful. Even if he takes every woman to that place, that's still like a thoughtful choice. So I appreciate that. So yeah, I feel like the pros outweigh the cons here, uh, and I like that I found out the pros in a more subtle way, which means it's almost like on planned. Um, um, yeah, so I'm excited.